because I got love for the game. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I know haters come with the game, man. So
Keith,
it doesn't bother me at all. But when I get love from the people in the streets, especially this amazing city, New York, I performed here so many times, man. And New York people, they just love boxing. They understand the history of boxing. So it's always an honor to be my
Keith, what's your take on Danny Garcia versus Mikey Garcia? Who you got? I know Garcia's gonna win if that fight happens.
Well, first off, you don't know that.
Okay.
First off,
you're right.
You know what I mean? You can lean towards that, which is, you know, might not even be able to argue with you. You know, people, a lot of people lean towards him. Nice picture.
Yeah.
But I don't think that fight's made yet, my man.
Yeah. But I'm saying if it does get finalized, you think it's a good fight?
You know, that's what everybody likes to talk about. Things that aren't really finalized yet. That's why I was really quiet for the last few weeks on my Instagram. I didn't want to really leak out anything until this fight was official. Now the hype is real. I look forward to that fight being announced official. Then we can officially talk about it. But it is a great fight if it's a fight in the making.
Thurman, you know I've been a big advocate for your work. I told everybody that regardless of what happened to you the last 2 years, you're, to me, this is not because you're here. I told everybody, you're number one at 147 regardless. You beat two top guys. All you need is once a legend name, and you're a pay-per-view star. People, I guess, want to, I don't know if they wish you to lose, but I tell people, why is everybody hating on Thurman? And my argument with people is like, okay, Thurman hasn't got the knockouts, but he's still hurting these people, so the power's still there. Would you agree with my analysis at least?
I mean, I dropped Josecito Lopez,
that's what I'm saying.
And when he got up, he started approaching me like this, you know? His hands were glued to the side of his face because he didn't want to catch another check hook. And that was a nice strategic strategy that he employed in that fight throughout the rounds. But ultimately, because he was only trying not to get knocked out, he left the 1-2 open, and that's how I beat him. I beat him with the fundamentals of boxing: jab, 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 straight right hand. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna win one way or another.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not afraid to let it go, but I fight strategically.
Yeah.
I know what the judges and the referees are looking for in the sport of boxing, and I'm always trying to not just perform, but outperform anybody they put in the ring with me.
Even after you fight against Josecito Lopez, a lot of media will agree that you're good for boxing 147 because, like, there's always a saying that you could walk to walk, and you could talk to talk. You back it up. You have the resume, you got the belt, you're not afraid to let it go. So what do you say to those fans that maybe, I don't want to say they doubt you, but it's like they forgot about you? Because people would say, oh, Crawford and Spence, but what about Thurman?
Man,
Thurman's the man.
Thurman's here for a reason, not a short season, baby. I've been here for many years. That belt at the bottom of that case is rusty, baby, because I didn't get that yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been holding on to that title. Like they said at the press conference, I'm the longest reigning champion in the welterweight division today.
Correct.
Okay? So, man, it just is what it is. You know, there's always critics. I think boxing has become more critical than it ever has been in the past, and that might have to do with some of the new media outlets and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm champion of the world. I deserve this position. I worked hard for this position, and I beat great fighters to be in this position.
Correct.
And come July 20th, I'm going to beat a legend.
In terms of people saying super fights, this and that, people are already trying to fantasize Errol Spence and Canelo. Is that something he deserves at least to get a Canelo fight at 160? What's your take on that, Key? When people are trying to fantasize?
I mean, see, this is the thing, man. Y'all talk about the stuff I don't like to talk about.
But I'm being real.
That's what y'all talk about.
No, of course.
No,
I agree with you.
Real. You're not being real because the contract isn't real.
Okay.
You be real when it's happening.
Errol did say never go with the first offer, that they did offer him. That's all I could say in that perspective. And I agree.
Well, I believe that Canelo is realizing. I mean, first off, Canelo fought Amir Khan, man. Yeah. Amir Khan's not even a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo doesn't mind fighting smaller guys, and why should he? Okay, he shouldn't mind fighting smaller guys, especially if smaller guys want to fight him. But I don't think Canelo has great opponents in his weight division. Correct. I think the welterweight division is a greater division. It's a more popular division. So now I believe that he's more willing to fight Errol Spence's and Keith Thurman's and anybody, because the welterweights are developing greater names than his next opponent.
Correct.
Who is his next opponent? I don't know.
There you go.
Whoever they pick, I don't know.
The night after the 20th.
He gotta do Triple G again. He gotta do, he don't have many options right now.
The night after the 20th, when they hear and still WBA super welterweight champion, what's gonna be the first thing in your head you know, put Manny Pacquiao in retirement.
Job well done.
Job well
You know
done.
what I mean? Honestly, I'm living out my destiny. Since I was young, this is what I was meant to do. This is what I was meant to be. You know, I didn't come. I told you guys from the beginning. You know, I'm calm, I'm cool, and I'm collective. Why? Because I've been champion for a minute now.
Yeah.
But before I was champion, who was I? I was the guy who wanted to beat them all, right?
You called them everybody out. Nobody
wanted
wanted a piece of you.
Right? And nobody wanted a piece of me.
And I agree with that.
So now they want to say, like, I'm not taking this fight, I'm not taking that fight. Is my career over?
No.
Not even close.
So let's see the fights Keith Thurman has when Keith Thurman's telling you that the show's over. And who did he fight? Who did he not fight? There's a lot of great fights to come.
I would say Keith Thurman when they announced Josecito Lopez, people were criticizing. But I said, hey, why are you guys coming at Keith Thurman when that's a tough fight? Even Josecito had a great experience.
People know that was a great
that's
fight.
What I was saying.
And that was proof of why I'm champion.
Yeah.
Okay. Say what you want about the 7th round. How do you take the hit and stay composed? That's a champion. How do you stay focused when you're getting caught? How do you get out of the round? You know what everybody in the street said?
What they say?
You know what everybody in the street say?
What they say?
They say, boy, you took